Hi guys, it's Sasha, and today I'm talking about how to mourn a loss. Okay, so this is a very touchy subject for some, I know, but you got to think of it like it's life and death. I mean, we live to die, we're born to die. It's a cycle, the cycle of life. Um, this is just a process we go through. We come here, we expand, we have expansion, we grow, we learn, and we then move on. So when we do make that transition over, we are ready for it. It is our time to go. The universe has decided it's our time to transition. All it is a shift of consciousness. And every single one of us goes through it. It's not like this. People make this out to be so much different than it is. You know, death is just a normal experience that people experience every single day. It's really a celebration. It's like birth and death. We when we die, everything negative sheds from us, and we just become the person that we really desire to be in this lifetime. So it's such a good it's a feeling of like going home, you know what I mean? I know this. I've had a near-death experience, so it's amazing. I know the physical aspect of the person is really what gets to us, you know, because we miss that physical aspect of them, and that's totally understandable. And I know it's very hard to go through, being as I've lost over maybe 100 people in my life. Friends, family, so many people from overdoses. My stepdad had the same open heart surgery as I did and passed away. My grandma died 104, and it took her 3 days to transition because she was trying so hard to hold on to the physical, but she needed to let go to be in the spiritual realm, you know what I mean? Like, it was her time to go, but she was so used to being here at age 104, that's understandable, that she was trying really hard to hold on. She was in a coma for 3 days. She finally did let go, and I actually have a cool story about that I'll get to one time. But what you can do, just think about the happy times you spent with them, the times that made you laugh, the times that make you smile, make you happy, because people, when they pass over, they want more than anything for you to be happy and go on with your life so they can go on, because it's very hard for them to go on if you're hurting and upset, because they will be, you know, there's some lost souls that are here that just wander around in the 3D, and they're really, you know, they've already passed on. They're supposed to be making their transition, supposed to be moved on to the next part of their life, or not life here, but you know what I mean. And it's very hard if someone's like in a deep depression or deep sadness about this. People have very hard time making that transition, because they are feeling for the person, and all they want is for that person to feel okay. So therefore they're spending more time here than they need to be. And also there's a resting period for most people, just depending on how you pass. My grandma was in resting for 3 months. I got a sign from her after 3 months. So you know, you might not, you can look out for signs from the people you lose that you love. They will give you signs. They will give you signs anytime you ask for them. But in the beginning, you have to be willing to have a little patience and wait a little while, because they do sometimes have to go through a process to restore their energy, depending on how they pass away. And it's like a hospital in the spiritual realm, you know, as opposed to here in the physical. So that being said, you can ask them for signs, and when they are good and their energy is revitalized, they will leave you signs. There are signs such as rainbows, butterflies, coins, big one, coins, animals, any kind of animal, like your spirit animal, birds, flocks of birds, heart-shaped clouds, numbers, songs that remind you of this person, songs that maybe you had with this person. That's a big one. Songs, and also, like I said, numbers like 333, 444, repeating numbers, or a billboard or the back of a license plate or something like that. That's also a big sign. And so just be willing to look out for signs from them and know that they will be with you whenever you call on them. You just have to be patient, and you have to allow them to process and understand that they're going through a time too. They're transitioning. It's very, that it's harder for them. Let them have their time, understand that what they're going through, and make it easier for them, and be happy and be joyful that they had this experience here in the 3D with you, and that you got to have experiences with them. And just think of the happy times. Like I said, just make it more of a happy related subject rather than a sad subject. I promise you will get so many signs when you ask, and they will come with you. They will do things to you, like take things from you. I've had things taken from me. I mean, they'll play with you. You just have to be more open to that spiritual connection. So if you meditate, this is a great time to get really connected to the spiritual realm. So if you do meditate, I would say meditate more. If you lose a loved one, and feel their presence with you, and just know when you feel a presence or you feel something, don't question yourself, don't second guess yourself, because your first feeling's always right. So if you feel that someone's with you, they're with you, they're visiting you, that's really all I can say. I mean, I know it's really hard. I really know the physical aspect of it. It really is difficult. But just know that, we're all energy, and we're all universal consciousness, and that's what we are. So energy doesn't die. So this physical body, it just sheds, but our soul, our spirit, what really matters, the energy body part of us, does not pass away. Energy never dies. Okay? So we are always living in some aspect, one way or another. We come to the 3D for expansion and for growth and for joy and for an experience, and then we move on, and it's life, and that's life, and like it goes, life and death, but you're not actually dying. It's just you're shedding this physical aspect of yourself. So just know that it's a normal process, and there's tons of people going through losing a loved one every day. You're not alone. If anyone needs to talk, I'm here. I know there's, it's really hard to talk about it, and a lot of people hold it in, but just let it out and just talk to them. They'll hear you. Write them letters. They'll hear you. I promise you. And just know that they're still with you, and remember the good times with them. Be happy. Be happy that they were able to have this shift of consciousness, this celebration. Just have a celebration for them rather than, this dark, gloomy, doomy, gloomy stuff. Like, it's more of a celebration, honestly. Like, they're probably thinking, why are they so sad? Like, come on, move on with your lives, be happy, let's go. That's honestly what spirits are thinking. We just sit here and think the worst of everything, and that's what we tend to do as human beings. And we need to be more positive, as everyone in this world needs to be more positive and needs to know that it's life and death. I mean, that's the cycle of life. That's how it goes. So when someone passes, they're just making their transition, and you will see them again when it's your turn to do the same. And just all I want to say is they're with you, and I would do anything to help anyone I can. So if you have any questions or any signs that you're confused about or anything in general, feel free to leave a comment or ask me, and I will be more than happy to answer you. I'm sorry for anyone going through a loss. I know it's terribly hard, but I love you all, and your lost loved ones love you all, and they're with you more than you ever know. I'm telling you that right now. So just be open for signs and be open for synchronicities and just cool things to happen. Make it into like a good thing rather than a bad. So I hope this helped some people. I love you all very much. Peace and love.